Hello and welcome to the Park Life Podcast. My name is Mike. I'm a travel agent that specializes in all things Disney. Today is episode 53 of the Park Life Podcast. We're going to talk about allergies and food at Disney World. Now, I'm going to preface this right away by saying my family thankfully has not experienced any issues with allergies or impacts on foods. So I'm a little out of my comfort zone, just being open and honest with you here, but I'm not afraid to do that. Secondly, obviously, you always want to follow the advice of your dietitian or your physician when it comes to any allergies and food related items. Well, let's talk a little bit about Walt Disney World itself and when it comes to food allergies and things like that. So, first off, Disney does have allergy menus at a lot of their restaurants. For instance, at the Magic Kingdom, Columbia Harbor House, and Cosmic Rays, Hollywood Studios, Catalina Eddies, and Ronto Roasters, just to name a few. I could keep going, but we don't want to go through the entire itinerary of restaurants. For quick serve that offer an allergy menu, you can find these on the My Disney Experience app, and I mentioned a few of those restaurants just a second ago. You will see it listed as allergy friendly options. You can click on that, and it will then open up a page that shows you the different menu items that are um, dietary allergy friendly. Not all restaurants have them, and they may vary, and menus do change, so keep that in mind. Disney tries to do their best to accommodate all guests. I think we all know that. Um, Here are some of the allergies that Disney does a really, really good job of trying to have menu items that will help those that have these allergies: gluten or wheat, egg allergies, fish or shellfish, milk allergies, peanut or tree nut allergies, sesame allergies, or soy allergies. When you're there, if you're ever in doubt, speak to a trained cast member. Each restaurant will either have a trained cast member or a trained chef that you can ask for, request. Again, if you have any doubts and you want to speak to somebody, by all means, please take that opportunity to do so. Not all of the restaurants are owned by Disney. Keep that in mind, especially at Disney Springs and in Epcot around the World Showcase. So, because of that, they may not all have the same allergy procedures. Again, another reason, if you're in doubt, ask to speak to somebody. Not all cast members are fully trained when it comes to allergies and food allergies. So, again, make sure you ask for a trained cast member or a trained chef when you are in any of the restaurants. Walt Disney has a great reputation of being allergy friendly. If you've ever been there before, you know that. I see it on social media all the time. People ask questions. A lot of people chime in saying, I have this allergy, I have that allergy, or I have a family member with an allergy, and we were there. Disney was very attentive to our needs and addressed all of them. They are very well known for that. However, just like anybody and everybody in this world, Disney is not perfect. Nobody is. So, again, make sure that you're attentive to your needs, your allergies, communicate them effectively, ask for trained cast members, and they will do their absolute level best to make it work for you. Most of the allergy menus at Disney World are helpful for those who have one or maybe two allergies. It may be more difficult if you have more than two, three plus allergies that you suffer from. Um, Again, somebody on the outside who doesn't experience this, I struggle to make meals for my family so that everybody wants to eat when I'm cooking. Can't imagine what it would be like to have to put together a menu and make food that has to account for not one, not two, but three or more different allergies that family members have. So it does get a little more complicated. For those with three or more allergies, or those outside the ones that I previously mentioned, Disney World menus are limited. And I think you'd probably find that in any restaurant around the world. That's not unique to Disney. But keep that in mind. So, you may need to bring alternative foods with you, and that's one of the wonderful things that the Disney parks allow. You can bring your own food and drink in the parks. You do not have to buy food from the restaurants. So, Depending upon your allergies and the multitude of them, you might want to plan ahead and bring foods with you just in case. At Disney World, there are two different types of restaurants. There are quick serve or counter service restaurants where you walk up, order something, they put it on a tray, hand it back to you, and on your way, you find a table to sit at or put your tray on a trash can, which is an affectionate table at the parks. The other type is a table service reservation type restaurant, a sit down restaurant where you sit down at a table, order your meal, they bring it out to you. Table service meals typically provide more flexibility than quick service restaurants when it comes to allergies. So keep that in mind when you're planning your trip. Look into the dining menus that each has and understand that you may have to plan on booking reservations at more restaurants than doing quick serve. Table service. When you're making your reservation for table service and you have allergies or a family member has food allergies, indicate those allergies at the time of booking. When you're booking your reservation online, there's a comment section. You can place that. I think they even ask you if you have any foodborne allergies. You can select yes, and you can indicate which allergies you or the family member has. Reiterate those allergies at the time of check in. So if you have a reservation at a restaurant, if you've never done this before, let's say I have a dining reservation at 9 a.m. at Ohana, which is in the Polynesian resort. My family's going to arrive about 10 to 15 minutes prior to the reservation. A member of your family will go up to the check in desk to let them know that you are there. And when you do that, that's when you want to reiterate that you have a family member with allergies and indicate which allergies they have. Disney should be able to look at your reservation and say, yes, we have it notated here. And lastly, when you sit down at your table and your host comes and greets you, reiterate the allergies again. And at the time that you place your order, once again, reiterate those allergies. You have to advocate for yourself or for the family member that has the foodborne allergies. Disney will do their absolute best, but understand that cast member that's serving your table may have a half a dozen other tables that they're servicing. And while cast members are fabulous, they are still humans and mistakes can be made. So advocate for yourself, reiterate those allergies, and you'll have a good experience. When you are going to the Disney parks and you have foodborne allergies, by all means, bring your EpiPens with you. Bring any other medications that you need to have with you if you were to experience a foodborne allergy reaction. You want to have those things with you. Now, when you get to the parks, you're going to go through security first. Make sure you let the security cast member know right up front that you have those items in your bag so that there are no surprises when they are searching your bag. It's just common courtesy to do that. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. As far as guest responsibilities go, advocate, advocate, advocate for yourself or your family member. If you have a child that has foodborne allergies, by all means, you as the parent or the guardian, advocate for that child. Let anybody and everybody who needs to know that they have foodborne allergies. Ask questions when you get to that restaurant, especially if it's quick serve. Ask questions. Ask what's used in making the product so that you can understand whether or not there's a potential impact to the foodborne allergy that you or a family member have. Verify information. I said this early on. The menus do change at times, and I'll probably say it again before we wrap this up again. But menus change, offerings change. Sometimes maybe the type of oil they use to fry foods may change. Every little component like that, something along the line could change. And so asking questions. Just because you ordered food X at a restaurant last summer at Disney World for a foodborne allergy family member and had no issues does not necessarily mean that exact same food a year later would be safe for that same family member. So ask questions. And if I haven't said this word enough, advocate your needs to the cast member, to the chef. And again, don't be hesitant to ask for the trained cast member or trained chef at your restaurant. This probably goes without saying in every aspect of life, but specific to the foodborne allergy topic here. If something doesn't seem right or doesn't feel like it's meeting your expectations, speak up, talk to somebody. I think we can easily say that communication might be the most important factor when it comes to foodborne allergies at Disney World, probably just about anything else at Disney World. Disney and their amazing cast members are helping tens of thousands of guests every single day. They're confronted with a multitude of different things. So the best you can do is communicate with them, communicate effectively and often so that they know what your situation is. I also want to call out that you should be very mindful any may contain disclaimers on menus. If you see those, again, speak up, talk to somebody, advocate for yourself, reiterate what those allergies are, and understand what may contain may mean when it comes to your foodborne allergies. I think I said this early on, but it goes needs to be said again. Bring your allergy friendly snacks with you. I couldn't imagine a family of four and one family member has allergies, and the restaurants that you go to as a family does not have enough food to accommodate that foodborne allergy family member. So, having friendly family food allergy snacks with you will help that family member feel a little bit better and their tummy feel a lot better. This also is something you should probably do on any trip, whether you have foodborne allergies or not, but specifically if you do, or if you have other ailments that you may have to tend to. Locate the first aid station within the parks. Look on the maps, find them, familiarize yourself with where they are at. Each of the four theme parks has a first aid station, indoor air conditioned. They have private rooms. It's good to know where those are just in case you may need them. Those are also baby care centers. So this is outside of food allergies, but if you have a baby, you're nursing, need to change them, whatever it may be, you can locate those first aid slash baby care stations and utilize those for your benefit. There's probably a lot more to cover. I'm not an expert when it comes to foodborne allergies. I said that up front. This is kind of outside my comfort zone to talk about it, but I think it's something to bring up. And it's probably something that doesn't get talked about enough. And look, there's a ton of planning that goes into booking a Disney World trip, the itineraries, the packing, which parks, what rides, what restaurants, when do I need to book things? Do I need lightning lanes? How am I going to get there from the airport? Do I need to book this? Do I need to book that? So much that goes into it that the foodborne allergy planning might be an afterthought or a last minute thought. So I thought it was good to hop on today and just talk about this briefly. If you have any questions, by all means, feel free to message me. You can reach me at Mike's Magical World Vacations on Facebook or on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at Mike Disney Travel. I drop these podcasts Monday mornings on the YouTube channel and on Spotify, Park Live Podcast, at around 5 a.m. Eastern. And we do a live podcast on Tuesday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on the Park Live Podcast YouTube channel and on my Mike underscore Disney Travel TikTok page. Love to have you join us. Send in your questions. If you have other topics you'd like to hear about, I'd like to do those for you as well. But I think that's a wrap for today. The key messages: plan ahead, advocate, reiterate, ask for help. Those are all the very valuable things you can do to ensure that your foodborne allergy family member can have a very successful trip without any issues. All right, that's it for today. As I like to say, have a great day, have a better day tomorrow, and when you wake up tomorrow, remember it will be a great day to be alive. Thanks for joining. We'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.